An okra variety that is not only prolific but also produces delicious tasting okras. Let's look at this excellent okra variety that you can grow in your home garden. And this is the okra variety we will talk about today. This is the Jambalaya Okra. And you can get these seed packets. I'll post a link to the seeds in the video description and comments below, so you can start growing your own. We start sowing the seeds in February. Now you can sow these seeds directly. However, in places like Southern California, the ground is not really warm until about May. So it's better to sow seeds indoors so that you get a head start to the growing season. So you can sow 1 or 2 seeds per cell in seed starting cells like these, and either grow them in a greenhouse or grow them indoors till they germinate. It will take about 7 to 15 days for the seeds to germinate, so please be patient. Now some people like to soak their seeds before sowing. I do not. I don't think it makes a huge difference, but if you want to soak your seeds in water, please go ahead and do that. And we will be sowing some more seeds because you need a lot of okra plants to get a decent amount of okras harvested from your garden. And we will sow the seeds, we will mist the seeds, we will water them first from the top and then from the bottom, so that we ensure that the soil is saturated and will give enough moisture for the seeds to germinate. And here you can see after the seeds germinate, the plants have grown for about 8 weeks indoors. And by April or May, you are ready to transplant these seedlings into the ground. Now some years April is colder, like this year was, so I would suggest waiting till at least May to transplant your okra seedlings. You can still transplant them earlier, but they will be dormant before the night temperatures rise to about the mid 50s. And you can see here we are planting these in raised beds. We have good quality raised bed mix here with lots of compost, worm castings. We also added some organic fertilizer as a part of preparing this raised bed. And you can see we have planted them about 4 inches apart. In June, you can begin harvesting your okras. The Jambalaya okra plant produces okras right at the base. Unlike other okra plants that grow very tall and then produce okras, the Jambalaya is a unique variety. And you can see these okra pods here, they look beautiful. And there are more flowers here, more okras on the way. So this is a relatively short plant. And I know that this plant grows quite big in areas like Texas. You get longer summers. But in places like Southern California, the plants will be smaller. But that's a good thing in one way because you get to harvest a lot of okras while the plant is very small. So this is barely the size of the baby baba okra that I reviewed earlier. If you haven't checked out that video, please do check it out. And this is also a very prolific plant. You can see this plant produces a lot of small okras all around it. And sometimes I had to harvest these okras late in the evening. So make sure you harvest your okras on time. And you can grow the Jambalaya okra in containers or in raised beds and get wonderful harvests like these. As June sets in, as the temperatures go up, you will see that the plant is looking a lot better now. You can see the okras have been forming really well on this plant. And here are some more okras that we harvested. The plants do grow a little bigger in raised beds compared to containers. But you can grow okras in containers too. I don't see any problems why you should not be able to grow okras in containers. In fact, some people have poor soil in their ground or the raised bed, in which case the container grown okras are much better. But you can see how small these plants are. And once July sets in, you can harvest even more okras. July and August are the months where the temperatures are quite hot here in Southern California. And you can see all these okras beautiful looking okras that are growing on our Jambalaya Okra plant. Now the Jambalaya is also a dish that is made from okras. So it's interesting that they named this okra variety as Jambalaya. And we kept harvesting a lot of okra throughout the summer season. We love eating okra. It's one of the most delicious vegetables you can eat. And it also has a lot of beneficial fiber. The mucus-like fiber inside the okras is very good for your gut health. So make sure you start eating okras if you haven't already. This is one of the best vegetables you can add to your diet. You will be pleasantly surprised at how good this vegetable is. And it's so delicious as well. You can see all these okras that we are harvesting, they're beautiful. And in the month of August, we can harvest even more okras. You can see that the plant is most prolific in August. Make sure you harvest those okras on time. And one more thing I noticed about the Jambalaya okra is that it matures very slowly. So you have a little bit more time to harvest the okra pods. Unlike the Nombo giant okra or the emerald okra, which become fibrous very soon, the Jambalaya stays fresh for quite some time, which is very unique about this okra variety. And once again, the compact growing habit of this plant makes it one of the best plants you can grow in your home garden. And there we have it. That was our plant profile series for the Jambalaya okra. Have you tried growing this okra variety before? Or what is your favorite okra variety? Let us know in the comments below. Hit that like button if you like this video. We'll see you again soon. Happy gardening.